Hello YouTubers, it's Larry out here in YouTube land. Gonna do another video on, believe it or not, okay? Got a couple of things going on here. Let's see what we got here. Something going on in right now in the news is Trump fired a general. Get the wrong page here. Fired a general because he was DEI, too much DEI stuff going on. He didn't hire his pilots compared to what do you say, qualifications. He hired them for a percentage of what color they are. That's kind of weird. So people are up in arms because he fired this general, but Obama fired 200 generals in his 4 years time. So you know how they are. The media is, they hate Trump no matter what he does. He can't do nothing right. Okay, let's go here to the next page here. I can't remember nothing. I got to write stuff down. Hawaii. My wife and daughter went to Hawaii. Well, they're in Hawaii right now. And my daughter's grandmother's from Hawaii. That's where she lives at, so they don't have to pay for motels or anything. They just got to pay for food. And food's pretty high there. Anybody knows about Hawaii, but everything's high there, including rent, but they're not paying rent. So I taught her this morning she paid like something like $12 for some whipping cream there, and it costs here like $4. Anyhow, to get back on Hawaii, she was telling me about different housing areas, communities where Hawaii people live at. If you're married to, say, if you're married to a white woman or something, or vice versa, if they're 50% Hawaiian or less, and you moved in there with your spouse or something, and they're like 3/4 Hawaii and more, if your spouse dies before you do, you have to move out of that community. That's weird. That's a weird thing they got going on there. That's kind of odd that they would make you move out. But they say, you know that when you move in that area, that you have to move out if your spouse dies. You can't stay there because they want more purebred Hawaiians, I guess. It's kind of strange, but anyhow, that's what it is. Okay, let's see what else we got here. They got some volcanoes there are still erupting there. I see I'm a little leery being there. They got one that's active erupting since 1983. Evidently, it's not too much eruption, or people be scrambling and getting out of there and dying and whatnot, but that's not going on. Okay, you got another thing here. A little bit of history here is Reagan. Ronald Reagan, the president back in the 80s. His father was an alcoholic, a pretty bad alcoholic. Several times he's had to drag his father in the house from passed out in the yard. One time he was passed out in the snow. Of course, he could have frozen to death. He dragged him in the house. So, and that kind of affected Reagan through the years. He was kind of, you'd think he wouldn't be, but he was kind of standoffish from people. That contributed to his father being an alcoholic. They didn't have much money. His father was a shoe salesman. So, that's a little bit of history right there. I was trying to think of something else. Oh, Reagan was also a lifeguard. He saved 77 people's lives when he was a lifeguard back in, I guess, his younger days. And he was a C average student. You'd think somebody be a president would be pretty A average and above average smarts and everything, but not so with him. Okay, we got another one here about some presidents here. I got there's a lot of sex scandals going on with presidents in the office and out of the office, stuff like that. And of course, you got Reagan. Nobody knew about what happened to Reagan. I'm sorry. I take that back. Clinton was the one that had problems a lot with. And I didn't know this either, but John F. Kennedy. Of course, you always heard about. I forget the movie star's name that he had affairs with and stuff like that. But he had some affair with a German lady, and she ended up being a spy. And he was having an affair with her, and she would go back and tell everybody. In Germany, all the stuff that was going on and whatnot with him, and any kind of secrets she could have told in bedtime secrets or something, what you call them. Let's see, and Kennedy's bodyguards on another occasion was very nervous because he was standing outside the door or whatnot. There was another lady he was with, and the woman wasn't even vetted, and he said she could have murdered the president, and but the president wanted to do what he wanted to do, so that's what happened with that one. And it happened several times like that with Kennedy and stuff, with the guards and stuff like that. Let's see, the most outrageous, I guess that was that one. That was the German flight attendant he'd met up with. When I've been told everything about what happened. Okay, got some more stuff going on here. You stand by there for a second, I'll get up with it. Jimmy Carter, Jimmy Carter. He was he wasn't a very good president, but he was a nice guy. And nice guys can't run a country. We know that. See how that goes. But Jimmy Carter, after he was president, he shot and killed his neighbor's cat with a shotgun. Wow, I never thought that about him. I thought he was supposed to be a nice guy, but evidently the cat did something to him he didn't like. Okay, I talked about Lyndon Johnson last week. He's kind of a weirdo here. Here's some stuff in here. He held meetings in the White House, and he was in the bathroom on the pot taking a dump, and he left the door open, and everybody was out in the hallway listening to his whatnot going on, and they had the pew smell what's going on too. Got it right there in the seen online last night. Anyhow, that was kind of weird. Let's see something else. What else did he do? Oh, he sit there and take his clothes off when he's talking to people, and just take the towel and flap it all around, and all his privates just hanging everywhere. That's nuts. That's another thing Johnson did. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, he was caught a couple of times with the pants down with the women. Lady Barbara Johnson caught him on the couch in the Oval Office, butt naked with another woman. Yes, sir, Reeves. That's happened. On the couch, his wife walked in. Oval Office. Okay, that's enough about LBJ, I think. I think that's what I got all in there. All right, we're talking about Musk and Trump saving all this money, cutting back on different things where it's wasteful. You know, the government's been wasting spending. I know when I was a daggone young whippersnapper, 17, 18 years old, I always said that the government paid $75 for a $3 hammer. So there's a lot of wasteful spending through the years and years. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. They say we're going to go bankrupt. It's 37 trillion right now. If it gets up to 50 trillion, we're bankrupt. So they got to slow all this down. And a lot of people are talking crap on Musk. You know, let him do his job. Let him cut back on this stuff. We don't want a country to go bankrupt. Let's see. The stimulus checks. People are talking about Trump wants to give stimulus checks back for some of this money he's saving. I don't want a stimulus check back. I want to go towards the deficit. The deficit is $37 trillion. We got to get that down. But they say anyhow, they can't do that, and they just can't hand out checks like that. Any of these cuts and stuff has to go through Congress. That's not automatically Musk tells Trump and Trump says, okay, it's happening. That's not going to happen like that. 99% of this has to go through Congress. So, but it's still a lot of cutting's got to be done. A lot of cutting. Even what they're a little bit doing now, it's got to be more than that done. And people, even though you cut, you've got to quit spending stuff in the future. So let's see. I keep hearing this advertisement on in between commercials. I mean, not commercials. That's commercial. What are you talking about? In between videos and stuff. The salt trick. Have y'all heard about the salt trick? These ladies on there talking about the salt trick has been going on for years in other countries. And all of a sudden, the film industry has found out this trick. The adult film industry. And uses salt trick, and you can last for hours and hours. Don't believe that crap. It's all bull crap. I can't believe they put that crap on there. If anybody would believe it, I'm sure they want you. No, it doesn't cost anything. It's free, but you got to go down below there, to push the red button, and go from there. You end up paying some money for it, and it's not going to work. It's a salt trick. It says it's 300% more effective than the blue pill. You believe that garbage? Oh me. Okay, let's see. Did you know New York City, their taxes there they pay, it's like 50 to 60% of their taxes. Their pay goes to that. That's a lot. Who in the world would want to live in New York City? I like to visit there, but to live there and it costs you, it's the most expensive city to live in the country. It's nuts. No TikTok. Well, I've said this before. I don't want no TikTok. They put propaganda, Chinese pro stuff on there. You need to stay away from TikTok. It's not good. Stay away from TikTok. Trump kind of blocked it. I didn't like that about that. I didn't like that about him. He should have let them go ahead and 100% block TikTok and get it out of here. They gave him a reprieve or some kind of crap. So that's the deal on that. Let me get this to here. Okay, the NASCAR last night. My guy got in another wreck. Yes, sir. The same guy wrecked in the 47 car, Stenhouse. Stenhouse, I'm not saying it's 100% Stenhouse false, but Stenhouse was involved in hitting my guy last night, swinging him out like a pinball machine. Same thing happened last week. Same guy, Stenhouse, wrecked him. My guy had a decent car, and it seemed like he was coming to the front. Bam, knocked him out. Okay, the guy that won the race was Christopher Bell, in the 20 car, the Walt car. And Joe Gibbs owns that team, and y'all know Joe Gibbs, don't you? He used to be coach for Redskins. Let's see, Stenhouse, yeah, he wrecked it in, let's see, my guy came in 18th. He was down 2 laps, and it made the laps back up, and is able, with all the wrecks and stuff, to get through. Other wrecks were going on. He was able to get back up to 18th, which I'm happy with. 18th, well, the way you've seen him spinning around, hitting the wall, all kind of crazy ways that he came back. His team did a good job of getting his car back on the road, because it looked pretty bad. Pretty bad. Can I think of anything else to say? Is that it? It looked like that might be it for the down gauge, but I'm going to walk over here and see if you can see my poor guy in the pits when I'm working on the car. That's I'm working on the 9 car. He's the Napa Auto Parts car. Yes, sir. That's the I'm trying to straighten out stuff. They just called it some kind of link in the rear end. They had to replace that. And Bell won the race. Hosevar, the 77 guy, he's pretty young. He came in 2nd. Larson came in 3rd. Centric was up there for a little bit, and somehow he got in a wreck with 24 car, which the 24 car won last week. They both crashed out. Byram, he crashed out. So anyhow, I think just started up on that. I don't want to get in trouble with that. But I'll see you guys later. I appreciate it if you subscribe. Y'all guys have a good day, and see you later. I'm trying to do this every week now. I'm trying to do it like every Friday. Put it out on Friday afternoon. And if y'all know a better time to put it out would help better, let me know. But that's what I read somewhere you're supposed to do it on Friday around 3 o'clock. Later, guys.